What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Impact Wrestling review. Probably a little bit late this tonight. I had to catch the Dark Side of Ring tonight. Very interesting finale. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of different reviews on that in that whole Owen Hart piece they did tonight. But very interesting episode tonight. I feel like it's going to be a lot of mixed reviews tomorrow. But tonight Impact May 19th, May 19th, May 19th. May 19th, May 19th, May 19th, May 19th. I see no evil, but it's May 19th. But moving on from that, we do continue on with the number one contenders tournament for the world title. We kick it off with Ace Austin, who is now in the tournament due to Ken Shamrock being taken out by Michael Elgin last week. So since Shamrock is out, Ace Austin is in. He went against Rhino in the first round. Pretty good match. Kind of a no-brainer who was going to win here. Never really thought Rhino was going to win the match in general. Ace Austin, I figured who was going to get the win because he had a chair at one point throughout the match. Rhino took it from him. The referee took the chair away from Rhino, but Ace Austin comes back with his staff baton or retractable staff, I should say, and hit Rhino in the face with it. He ended up hitting a fold on Rhino right after that. Pretty much moving on in the tournament. So Ace Austin being in the tournament is not a bad thing. I know he just lost the X Division title recently, but now he can go for the world title now. So not really taking as much L's ever since he lost that belt, and pretty much I know he lost that triple threat match, but now it looks like he's gonna be going after the world title in this tournament. So yeah, with Shamrock being out, Ace Austin in, so I have no problem with that. That's a pretty good thing right there. It does help Ace Austin in a way. It's one of the players they got down there in Impact, so Ace Austin, good. They then went for another sit-down interview with Josh Matthews as he sat down with Moose earlier today. Pretty much talked about why are you carrying that heavy prop around, which Moose pretty much got pissed off saying he's the real world's champion. And that Suicide, pretty much had to pin over him and everything. And, if it would have happened, he could have won the TNA World title. But Moose said he is the TNA champion, and that Josh bringing it up is that it's an insult right now that Moose is a fighting champion, so he's going to give Suicide a rematch because he's the hero of this company. I don't really want to see a rematch of this match in general, but we'll get to that soon enough. But Moose pretty much left pissed off, saying he's the champion and says, I better leave before I get fined. So, yeah, we'll get into that soon. They then went to Kiera Hogan, who was talking to Tasha Steelz in the back. Pretty much talking about her debut last week and how she got in the company at first and how everybody tried to tell her to be this and basically everybody's sidekick and whatnot. But now, she's taking her own thing now, and she was weak back then, but now she's the new Kiera and everything. But since she was impressed by Tasha last week and everything, you got that, Latina heat. I got that flame. How about we, have a work together and everything, all right? Because, listen, she can snatch, he said like this, I will, snatch a bitch if I fuck with you, basically. If I like you, I'll snatch a bitch wig off. If I don't like you, I'm going to be that one to snatch the bitch. Now, if I don't like you, bitch gonna snatch your wig. So basically, how about we work together in an alliance? Tasha pretty much said, I guess we gonna be snatching some bitches together then, and walked off from there. I actually thought they were kind of making Kiera Hogan a single star after playing 2 promo videos for the past 2 weeks. I know Tasha Steelz just got here and she signed a contract with Impact and everything, but didn't think it'd be a team or wherever this is going right now. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this heel team. I actually thought they were trying to turn Kiera Hogan face, possibly. I'm not really sure. It wasn't a bad promo or anything, but I was wondering why they teaming them up, though. I don't know where it's going from now, unless one turns on the other first soon. So we'll see what happens from that then. We then went into Dave Chris going against Crazy Steve. Of course, this is very predictable. You all know who's going to win. For some reason, we got Resident Idiot on Twitter, of course. Joey Ryan watching with his iPad or whatnot. I'm not going to get into him right now. But as he watched on, Crazy Steve ended up hitting a big DDT on Dave Chris for the win. So Crazy Steve wins from there. OVE loses again, of course. Madman Fullton got in the ring, pretty much yelling at the Chris Brothers, saying, this happens all the time. Why do we lose all the time? Jay Chris tried to calm him down, but he said that this is your fault, we lose all the time, and pretty much blamed the Chris Brothers, that he's done with them. He grabbed both of them by the throat, and he said he's done with OVE. He doesn't want to be in it anymore. He tore off the shirt and left. So Madman Fullton has quit OVE at this point. Now, where does he go from here? I don't know. Now, I know some people saying last week with Crazy Steve kind of interacted with him, they could try to reform Decay between Crazy Steve, Rosemary, and maybe Fullton. We all know Abyss is in WWE as a producer nowadays, but you know, if you get a new version of Decay, that's not bad. It's actually pretty good, if you ask me. So something could come from this if Fullton joins them. It's for the Chris Brothers to go back being a tag team ready before before OVE and whatnot. So at least it was some type of interesting story in this, and Fullton is basically quit the group. We'll see what happens from that, since they just been taking L after L after L and been designated job guys. So we'll see what happens with Fullton, this whole breakup thing at this point. Next, Rosemary. Yes, Rosemary. Back in the bar again, pretty much talking to the toy dog, Mr. Mundo there, about Taya. Johnny Bravo came in, pretty much took the dog back away. Rosemary pretty much saying, like, listen, we don't bite unless you want us to. Johnny Bravo called him weird, says that Ty yells at him because she loves him, he says. As he walked off, pretty much calling Rosemary a weirdo and everything. Rosemary pretty much started eating the apples. So I guess wherever Rosemary was talking about last week, that he may be worthy. So I guess she's trying to hit on him then or something. So we'll see what comes from the bar known as Rosemary. We'll see what happens. Triple XL, Larry D, and AC Romero went against, followed by TJ Perkins. A lot of big weight in this ring, jumping around like crazy, I'll say that. Kind of a tag match that stretched time. I don't know what it's really going to lead into. I know Falaba and Perkins ended up getting the win, with the Samoa dropping in a splash from the top rope. It wasn't bad or anything, but nothing, just kind of a tag match to be a tag match when you think about it. So there you go. Suicide went against Moose. Moose came out. Pretty much telling Dave Penza to get in the ring to announce that, he's the TNA World Champion and do proper introductions. Honestly, we saw this match last week, and it wasn't a bad match or anything. I'm not really shitting on the match. It wasn't bad, but listen, we saw it last week in the main event. Why we got to see it again in the second hour of this show? I don't understand that. And Moose won by a roll-up this week, unless they're trying to give Suicide another shot. I like the story of kind of going with Moose, but I don't get why they needed a rematch with Suicide. I know it's, short of staff right now and wrestlers and whatnot. Some people think they could have just got jobbers from the local area in Tennessee to where they're at during these tapings, but I guess not. But listen, like I said before, it wasn't a bad match, but why do I need to see it again? I don't get it. You did it last week, so what's the point of doing this entire whole thing again? It's not like Suicide Battle and Tyler are going to bring someone to help Suicide. I don't know. I really do not know what to take from this, but this match feel like it was still in a way unnecessary. Even though it was good, it's just you did it last week. Why do it again? Why do we? I'm surprised Suicide's even on this show. I don't even get that sometimes. So I'm not sure. I don't know why this is still going, but hopefully it's the last or soon of it, I should say. Like I said, I don't get why they're doing this whole Moose and them still continuing this whole thing. I know they showed Michael Elgin pretty much have a promo video talking about how he took out Ken Shamrock. It's coming out to Callahan tonight. The MAC X Division title on the line, which I feel like is the only champion around here on this show, went against Johnny Swinger. Chris Bay tried to give him some, advice and everything for going out there. Not much of a match, pretty quick. MAC ended up winning with a Samoan dropping a standing moonsault and everything for the win. Like I said, the match wasn't bad, but you knew it was going to be quick. Swinger pretty much got the title in right at there, and Mac took it back from him, but Swinger pretty much chop blocked him then. Chris Bay came out. They started jumping the Mac then right after. They said, where's his friends at? Where's Rich Swan, as Madison Rain put it. But he was on the ground. Basically, they jumped him and left him on the ground with Bay and Swinger taking him out and everything. So it wasn't that bad of a match, but Chris Bay still going after the title. I guess Giant Swinger getting some type of revenge on his show, or they form a team. I'm not really sure. We'll see what comes from that. The North, who is still in at the Battle Arts Academy, pretty much sitting around and everything, wondering what they were going to do next, as Josh Alexander pretty much starting to look pissed off. And they says, why are we doing this? Basically, how long have we been doing this? 2 weeks. Why are we still doing this? Ethan Page pretty much said, hey man, we got the building rented out for a month, and a lot of wrestlers do anything in school here to get some money and everything. But Josh Alexander pretty much says, why is there a referee here? Which Page pretty much told the referee to leave. There's no opponents. This is the legless referee, by the way. Cody, but somehow out of nowhere, Cody Deaner came in and challenged the North for the tag titles. Cody pretty much says, not Cody Deaner there, but, Page pretty much asked Deaner, how do you even know we've been here? And, Deaner says, I've been watching you on TV for the past 2 weeks, okay? Which, that makes sense and everything, but Ethan Page pretty much says, you don't have a partner, as, Cody Deaner pretty much says that, cousin Jake is still, I guess, in the States right now, and he claimed that Wheels is going to be here next week, which the North started laughing and whatnot, and, what do you want to do this, okay? Basically, at the Deaner compound next week. Page pretty much laughed as he walked off then, as, pretty much Cody Deaner pretty much accepted the match then right after, as the referee pretty much says, listen, I'm the ref, I can't wrestle. Deaner says, listen, I'm not talking about you, or anything, but, he's gonna show up next week. So what happens from this, I don't know, but at least the North are the only other team that sells tag belts defending against random guys, even though it's not here on the show. I guess wherever they're quarantined at, they're still trying to keep the belts going one way or another and face these job teams to get it someone somewhere, okay? They then went to the main event between Michael Elgin and Sami Callihan, probably the best match on the entire show. Callihan pretty much came out limping due to, the match with Ken Shamrock a few weeks ago. This was a very, very good match, alright? Very enjoyable. I liked it a lot, especially in the ending sequence of it. Elgin, trying to go for a buckle bomb. Sami getting out of it at one point, but he ended up with a buckle bomb again. Hit him with a spinning back fist. Sami ended up dodging the Elgin bomb after then, pretty much going for that face claw or slam to the ground move or whatnot. But pretty much started, holding his knee. After, he tried to go for his cactus special, but Elgin flipped him over. His knee was hurt. Elgin ended up hitting with a big clothesline, and then the Elgin bomb for a win. Basically, the best match on this show in general, basically, which it did tell a story to protect Sami Callihan due to him having an out due to his leg. I know Ken Shamrock's out in the tournament, so basically, sooner or later, they're going to get payback on Ken Shamrock throughout this. We'll see what happens. I'm not really sure, but it's bound to happen. Anything else to say from here, but yeah, that's all I can really say from that with Callihan and Elgin and everything was gonna work on the tournament. Like I said before, they knocked him out, but does anybody help him? I don't know, but we'll see what comes from this in this entire tournament or whatnot. But well, at least we know some of the updated brackets and the for the show right now in the next few weeks. However they're gonna do that, we'll see what happens from it. That's how it's gonna go. Scratching my head here, but yeah, that's basically how it's gonna go. Like I said, I'd rather just have for the title in general. We just take the belt off of Tessa, and we'll see what goes from there. But Elgin is the odds-on favorite to win this match. All right, very odds-on favorite. I'm sure everybody think he most likely win, or someone else. The main event to end off the show between Elgin and Sami Callihan. So, like I said, Elgin ends up getting with the win with the Elgin bomb, especially focusing on Callihan's ankle throughout the match. So at least Callihan had a out than just losing clean to Elgin. So Elgin moves on in tournament. I know they kept putting it on commentary saying that Elgin is their pick and everything. Expect Callihan or Ken Shamrock mostly to come back and screw Elgin out of this tournament or something. But not bad between tournament matches. You know, Ace Austin being involved is a good spot too, adding him in the whole thing. Elgin still looks strong. Sami had a way out on this thing. The North, I will say, are funny. At least they're still trying to stay in this whole thing during the whole quarantine. They're stuck in Canada, but they're trying to face anybody for the tag titles right now because you're already missing the Knockouts champ and your world champion is not even there. So it's not like you have a lot of belts to work with. The only one that's in part of this show that is to be defended on here at the actual building where they're at is the Mac with the X Division title. So it's not a lot of belts on the line. You know, Fullton leaving OVE, I don't mind that. Could they reform and do New Decay? Possibly, for all I know. Okay, but Impact, not a bad show tonight. Not a bad show at all. At least there's some good stuff actually going on here. And playing up to what's going on, and you know, at least to some type of further development with some people. All right, the only thing I just don't get is why I need to see Moose versus Suicide again. That made zero sense. I saw it last week. Not a bad match or anything, but you saw it last week and Moose won by a pin and now he won by a roll-up. Do I need to see a rematch? No. Do I like where Moose is going with this whole being the real world champion thing? That's been pretty good, but I don't need to see him versus Suicide again, alright? Nor I'm surprised even Suicide even is on the show in general, okay? Especially just being from the video game years ago. Why is he brought back? I have zero clue. And I know it's probably not Perkins under the mask, but we'll see. But other than that, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about Impact tonight. Pretty good show, I will say that. Just like I said, tell me what your thoughts on it. Hit the like button, subscribe, and whatnot. So yeah, I'm out of here. You know, it's me, the HWD, coming with the news and reviews. Know what I do and know how I go. Stay intact. This is Impact. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. We will be back tomorrow night for an AEW and NXT review. So I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.